In this video, I'm going to be going through 7 easy steps you can start right now as soon as you're done with this video on how to stop a domestic violence arrest from ruining your life. My name is Veronica. I am a criminal defense attorney here in California, and I help people put their cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. And again, in this video, we're going to be going through 7 easy things that you can start right now to put this arrest behind you and to make sure that this case does not ruin your life. So let's jump right in. Number 1 is start domestic violence classes right now. These can be online, they can be in person. If you want to make sure that you get credit for these classes later, and I mean credit toward, let's say that you were offered 52 classes in exchange for a dismissal later, and you want to make sure that these classes count toward that, then make sure that you take court-approved classes for your county. I will link the list of classes for Los Angeles County down below. So start going to those classes immediately and do not stop going to that class until the case is over. Even if there's some that are like course for violence online, that's a big one, that's for like anger management, domestic violence. If you go to that one, you may be purchasing in chunks of 4 classes, 16 classes. Don't think that because you finished those hours that you purchased that you're done. You need to go to 1 per week until your case is over. Number 2, start personal therapy now, and again, don't stop until the case is over. So this is going to be where you talk one-on-one with a therapist. This can be done online. There are a few different online companies that do this. I do have a link for 20% off to the one that I personally like the best down below. And the reason that I like that one the best is because it is very easy to get proof from them. So you need to collect proof. And I know that there are some, BetterHelp is one example that I have had clients have a lot of trouble getting proof from, but this one makes it really easy. You can get it yourself online. 3 is if the victim is on your side, is still with you, then also consider couples counseling. You can also do the couples counseling via the online therapy link that I'm going to give you. So it is especially helpful. You can have everything right there, stay nice and organized, and it's online, it's easy. Don't stop your couples therapy unless either the case is over or if the other party does not want to do the couples therapy anymore. Don't make them. Don't cause any problems in their relationship by demanding that they go to this. If they don't want to go anymore, then let that issue go. Number 4, the police may try to contact you. Do not talk to them. Do not discourage the victim from talking to them, but if the victim's on your side and they ask me as an attorney, I usually tell them, look, if you want the case dropped, probably nothing good is going to come of you talking to the detective. There are other ways to get your story across and try to get the whole thing dismissed before court or even if it's filed at court. But you talking to the detective is not one of them. Their job is to collect evidence against the person who was arrested. So if you are the person who was arrested, then make sure that you do not pick up any calls from any unknown numbers. Just don't pick them up. Let it go to voicemail. If you do get a call from a detective and they leave you a voicemail, don't call them back. Definitely don't call them back. Do not proactively attempt, as the defendant, as the person who was arrested, do not proactively attempt to reach out to your local police department or reach out to the district attorney's office. None of that is going to yield anything good for you. They are looking at you like you are a criminal, somebody inherently untrustworthy at this point, somebody who got arrested and is potentially a problem. And all that they're doing if you contact them is collecting evidence against you, trying to collect inconsistent statements, trying to collect any kind of statement from you so that if it's inconsistent with the victim's statement, with the other evidence, then they can use that to make it seem like you're lying, whether or not you're lying. Number 5, start gathering character letters. So start gathering letters from family, friends, work, pastor, anybody who knows you and knows that you're a good person. Try to gather maybe around 3 to 5 good character letters describing that you are peaceful, hardworking, good at resolving conflict. If you and the victim are still together, that you guys have a great relationship and are great at co-parenting. I can't tell you exactly what needs to be in the letters because it needs to actually describe you as a person and it needs to come from the heart. A bunch of cookie cutter letters that people make based on a YouTube video are not going to help anybody. Number 6, hire an attorney to contact the DA before court. Call in your resources, favors, get a side hustle, take out a loan, sell stuff, do whatever you need to do. But if this is your first time ever getting arrested for domestic violence, you need to hire an attorney to contact the DA before court and try to get the case dropped, or at least, if it was initially a felony, reduced to a misdemeanor. If you don't do that, then when they're making the decision as to what kind of charges to file against you, because it's not necessarily what you were arrested for, it could be more serious, less serious, or they could drop the whole thing altogether. You don't want them to just look at the police report. If you don't hire an attorney, that is what they're going to be looking at, the police report. They're not going to know any of the good things about you. And you need an attorney to contact them and get them all of that. And this is one of the reasons why I was warning, don't try to contact the DA yourself. Do not try to DIY this. This is something where you need to hire an attorney and have an attorney do it. The public defender doesn't do it because you don't get a public defender until you go to court. But this is imperative because imagine if the attorney can get the whole thing dropped, can show all these character letters, your side of the story, if there's information that might not be in the police report. You need the DA to be able to see that. And imagine if the whole thing could get dismissed before court. But if you miss that chance, you can never go back. So this is really, really important. Make sure that you provide your attorney with the proof of all the counseling that I've sent you to, the domestic violence classes, the individual therapy, and then the couples class, the couples therapy if you are also doing the couples therapy. Make sure you give all of that to your attorney. Also give your character letters to your attorney. And then as you continue going to these classes and taking the therapy, make sure that you provide your attorney with updated information from the class showing how many sessions you did. Number 7. If it is going to be helpful to you, then consider asking the victim to write a statement giving their side of the story, what actually happened. If you have an attorney, listen to your attorney's advice about this. I mean, I have had victims call me wanting to hire me as an attorney for their husband, but they tell me they did actually do, some sort of something that is perhaps considered domestic violence. And in that case, I'm not going to ask that person to write a letter. But on the other hand, if the victim says, look, I was afraid that they were going to take our kids away. They said it was either me or him that they were going to arrest. And so I told them, sure, it was him. I'll say what you want, but leave my kids here. In that case, I would want that victim to write a statement. But listen to the attorney, take their advice, and definitely don't do anything that could be construed as bullying or coercing the victim into writing this statement. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you do have a domestic violence case in California, feel free to give me a call. You can book a consultation with me down below. You can also find my number there. And if you did find it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring the bell.